Shalom, shalom, to the 144,000, the elect. Before I get started, let me give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakaha Kodash, the one to the apostles, nails, the great millstone. Peace and blessing to the brother, the people of truth in the four winds of the earth. May Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, have mercy upon you. Alright, I got a lesson I'm going in on to, which is on the page, on this guy's page called Death Door. The name of the video is the deadly tactic Delta Force is using to take down cartels. And we know the cartels as well in Mexico. So they're using the military, the Delta Force section, to go after drug cartels. Who knew? Right? But the thing is, right, America has no problem going in on people that know that can't really fight back, that don't have the technology to deal with their technology. You know, they love that. You know, that's why they're always over there in the so-called Middle East, bombing them people to death, because most of those people over there in that region, they can't deal. That's why they can't deal with those small hatters. You know, they're surrounded far and near, and they still can't do what? Still can't do that with those small hatters over there, because they have what? They have their technology is and they also got what? The big dog, which is America, which is the golden cup in the Lord's hand, right? So these devils are not going to go down, and they're going to continue to do the wickedness that they're doing and bringing hell on earth until Yahushua come and end his reign of terror. Because Edom is that man that loved to take people's lands, because the scriptures say that behold, his soul, which is lifted up, is not upright in him. So he don't know what's being what we call being fair. You know, sign treaties, break them. This as fast as he sign them, he break them. Sign them, he break them with other countries. You know, so you know, and the world knows this, but no one has done anything about it, because why? Because America has been that superpower in the earth. So let's get into this video here. I'm you know how I do. Play a little, analyze, hit a few precepts. Play a little, analyze, hit a few precepts. So let's get into it.
War on the cartel. Like these dudes are not going to understand what the fuck is going on.
No, of course not.
They are going to be, because God,
you'll
God
stop the distribution.
Guys.
That's going to be
They are in for a world of ultra violence they've never actually felt before.
The U.S.-Mexico border has always been dangerous, but right now it's turning into a full-blown war zone. Armed cartel members are no longer just smuggling drugs and people into the U.S. They're firing shots at American troops, launching drone attacks, and setting off deadly ambushes. And the worst part is that this wasn't supposed to happen. Just a few months ago, during his re-election campaign, President Donald Trump had a plan, a tough, no-nonsense strategy to destroy the cartels once and for all. And, once elected, he labeled them terrorist organizations, sent thousands of troops to the border, and gave law enforcement more power to take them down. The idea was simple. Hit the cartels so hard, they'd never recover. Instead of retreating, the cartels fought back harder than ever. Now, they're not just killing their own people back in Mexico, they're killing American soldiers, border patrol agents, and anyone who stands in their way. But the U.S. isn't backing down. What they have planned is about to change the game in a way the cartels never saw coming. This is how Delta Force plans to eradicate the cartels once and for all.
If we organize these Tier 1 units against them, this is going to be what I would be doing if I was down there. Like, I know all those shoeboxes in my fucking, my walls that I'm going to have to collect up. I'd be getting ready to retire right now. That's what I would be doing. Because if Delta Force is hunting me, bro, I would be so terrified.
It's been leaked that President Donald Trump is planning to unleash America's most elite fighting force against the root.
See, America has the upper hand in this. These people, America is stretched real thin. Our military is not that large, right? We just have great technology to them damn planes is their best defense when fighting wars. And they have them damn drones. They have a lot of drones. This is Habakkuk 2. Let me read a portion of 4 because I did quote it. Behold, his soul, whose soul? Esau, even the so-called white man, which is lifted up, is not upright in him. Verse 5. Ye also because he transgresseth by wine. Through what? Through his philosophies, through should I say policies, ideals, by wine. These are the things that Esau Edom is known for, and he's ruthless. This devil him, and then he will take the same policies and the same laws that's govern the world. He will take it and use it and take it and flip it for himself, just to get out of whatever trouble that he's supposedly in. But really, he's never really in trouble. He also, because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell. Everywhere this devil go, he's what? He's putting a lot of people to death. Putting them in the graves. Because why? Because this is what they does. Esau Edom is that man which is blessed with that sword, the so-called white man. This is why they're known for what? They're known for one thing, is taking a bunch of people out. And they're going to continue to be known in that fashion until the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahweh come and take this man down. No one is going to take this man down until Yahweh Shah crack that sky open. That's when Esau Edom has ended. Let's hear a little more. I'll finish the precept when they come back.
Ruthless drug cartels.
Liberty Mutual is all she talks.
1 second. All right.
Along the U.S.-Mexico border grows deadlier by the day. Delta Force, the tip of the spear in America's Special Operations Arsenal, is reportedly preparing to take the fight to the cartel's doorstep in ways never seen before.
They will pay a very steep and heavy price if they start using violence against our people.
The story goes back to January 20th, 2025, Trump's first day back in office. The first thing he did was sign a brutal executive order declaring certain drug cartels as foreign terrorist organizations.
Under the orders I signed today, we will also be designating the cartels as foreign terrorist organizations.
This move didn't just wage war on the cartels, it opened the door for full-scale military action against them. By signing the order, Trump effectively granted himself the power to use any force necessary. Now, if you consider the scale of the U.S. military, just imagine, this is now what Trump can unleash against the cartels. The game has been leveled up in a huge way, and according to sources close to Trump, Delta Force operators are already on the ground in Mexico, carrying out high-risk missions to decimate the cartels once and for all.
Well, my fear is that the cartels are going to do something very stupid because they're playing with a whole different... there's a new cop on the block. President Trump is not President Biden, and he's not going to put up with it. Somebody's going to get hurt real bad, and I have a feeling it's going to wind up being some of these cartels.
At the border, the violence and bloodshed are escalating by the day.
Proud as hell, ain't it, man? These devils are proud, man, especially when they know they got a upper hand against the opponents that they're coming up against, that they know they can't fight them back. Them cartels, they got a lot of money, but they don't have a lot of military. They don't have military strategy. They can get guns, but they still don't have the overall that beast technology that Esau, even the so-called white man over here in America, has. Habakkuk 2:5 again. Ye also, because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, because everywhere he go, is nothing but what? Body dropping. And cannot be what? Satisfied. But he cannot be satisfied with what? Because Esau, Edom, he wanted all. He wanted all. If they could, even some of their own people, the Edomites, like Russia, we say Russia, because Russia is, they're all Edomites. But we are the only people that live and die on that black this, black that, black this, black that. You don't hear those other people in those other countries screaming white this and white that and white this and white that, because they know who they are. They'll call what? They'll say German. They'll say I'm Russian. They'll say I'm wherever they're from, which is what all these are new terms that the so-called white man has given the world. He had named the whole. They have named the whole world, and given them what? All of these nations are not being called by their nationality, and mainly the children of Israel, which is the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and natives of this land. We are not being called by our true heritage, which is what? The Israelites. At home he enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathers unto him all nations. And you best believe in the coming of months, hopefully not years, that he's definitely going to gather unto him all nations with this what? With this new world order he's about to drag upon what? Upon the people, which is Revelation 13, chapter 13, verses 16 through 17, right? But gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. Let's hear a little more.
Day, on February 1st, 2025, an internal memo titled Officer Safety Alert delivered a chilling warning to U.S. Border Patrol agents. Mexican cartels had authorized the use of drones equipped with lethal explosives against U.S. personnel. But what the cartels don't realize is that by escalating their warfare, they're pushing the U.S. toward...
What is 200%?
Can't stop the commercial no more.
Its most brutal military tactics, including the infamous Delta Force, an army like no other.
They would be insane to try to pull something like this with weaponized drones targeting our Border Patrol, our National Guard troops, etc. They're going to be treated like the enemy that they are.
According to multiple sources, Delta Force, renowned for its cunning precision and unbeatable combat skills, is executing a range of deadly tactics in response to the cartel's escalation. Their operations include assassinating high-ranking cartel members, destroying drug production facilities, and blocking key smuggling routes. With state-of-the-art technology at their disposal, nothing can stop them. Once Delta Force is coming for you, there's no way out.
I'm almost positive either JD or Trump had said something with the new guy from ICE, like we're going to mobilize Tier 1 units against the cartel. The only thing I thought was like, retire. If you guys got some money, man, I would like put that away. Yeah. Like maybe move Jamaica. I don't know, go somewhere. Yeah, buy a restaurant. Like try to go legit, because
go legit,
dude. If those guys are hunting you,
yeah.
By the way, like you're done.
One of Delta's greatest strengths is its ability to operate in any environment, no matter how.
But you're going against a bunch of people that are really just a bunch of Mexicans with that don't have any type of military training. You just like taking a bunch of jakes out of the neighborhood that pointing their guns and shooting sideways, pointing the gun and shooting sideways. You got a bunch of hoodlums. They don't have any. They could never win. especially against a trained military of America. You know, Esau even proud as hell, man. Which is Jeremiah 50 and 31. Behold, I am against thee, O most proud, Esau Edom, saith the Lord God, Yahweh of hosts, for thy day is come, the time that I will visit thee. So just as these devils is setting these traps and laying down all rule in these all these different countries, and just ran through people, man, with their military. The day is gonna come where Esau Edom, he's gonna be what? That proud nature that he has is gonna be put to the test by who? Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. In the verse 32 of Jeremiah 50 and 32. And the most proud shall stumble and fall, and none shall raise him up. And I will kindle a fire in his cities, and it shall devour all round about him. So that's a miracle. Once it started catching fire, once it started to get bombed, what's going to take place? Because this place has never been hit by no military, man, of another country, man. Never. But they hit everybody but over here. If anything have ever hit over here, they themselves orchestrated the tactic for what? To cause fear amongst the people, so that people can request for what? For protection. Meaning taking more and more of their rights and not even see it coming. Verse 33 of Jeremiah 50:33. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together. So this is a future prophecy. This is a future prophecy. Yeah, we know they're over in Mexico, but these are they're our people, right? The Mexicans are our people. That's Issachar, huh? They are Issachar, Aztecs. So those are our people. But all of this land at once upon a time belonged to the northern kingdom of the children of Israel. But hey, thus saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, armies, children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together, and all that took them captive held them fast. They refused to let them go. So, until back over here in Habakkuk, that's just something I wanted to read concerning him being proud, and his proud is going to come to an end when Yahweh Hashem Yahushua visits this place. So let's hear a little more.
How harsh or brutal. From the scorching deserts of northern Mexico to the dense jungles of the south, these elite operators are trained to survive and thrive in the most unforgiving conditions. Sources say they've spent months studying the Mexican terrain, tracking cartel movements, and identifying weak points in their defenses. What's more, Delta Force is reportedly planning to target the cartel's financial system, aiming to destroy them from the inside out. Working alongside cyber warfare units, they've been launching attacks on digital currency exchanges and offshore accounts, freezing assets, and cutting off the flow of money, the lifeline that...
What if I told you there is no such thing?
Can't stop the commercials.
Running. This strategy is designed to cripple cartel operations from every angle, hitting them where it hurts the most.
But anybody who really is deep into that culture of military and who served in uniform, we all know, Delta is a whole different caliber.
However, the cartels are not taking this lying down. They've invested heavily in intelligence to counter the U.S. enlisting former military and intelligence personnel to strengthen their defenses. Some cartel compounds are now fortified to withstand military-grade assaults, equipped with underground bunkers and extensive escape tunnels. The cartels have also shown their willingness to resort to brutal tactics, using human shields, slaughtering innocent civilians, and escalating their acts of terror.
See that? Like I said, human shields. That's all they're going to do. They're going to use a lot of innocent people is going to get put to death. And you think them soldiers, them Delta Force soldiers, care about you using people for a human shield? No, they used to slaughtering people. This is nothing, especially the one that looks like so-called Mexican, right? Or like I myself, which is a so-called black man, they don't mind. Esau love blood, man. He love blood.
This drone literally goes over top of these vehicles. It's a convoy of vehicles you can see right there. And you can quite literally see a bomb drop from this drone and actually make contact down there.
In response, Delta Force is deploying some of its most advanced technologies, swarms of miniature drones, equipped with thermal imaging and facial recognition software, map out cartel strongholds, identifying key targets and weak spots. Ground-penetrating radar exposes hidden tunnels and underground bunkers, while electronic warfare...
Look at that, man. Send the drone, then send the plane to what? To just bomb them to death, man. Them cartels, they can't win. They can't win, man. They don't have this type of technology to fight back with the so-called Delta... Well, not so-called, but the Delta Force of America. They can't fight back. Sitting ducks. They're just waiting to be what? To be slaughtered.
Warfare units, jam communications, and disable security systems, leaving the cartels blind and vulnerable. Meanwhile, the world watches as the situation spirals further out of control. Some nations have expressed support, while others warn that America is going too far. The United Nations Security Council is holding emergency sessions, bracing for the deadly consequences that could follow.
We're heading back to the southern border now, where News Nation's Jorge Ventura is standing by for us. And Jorge, we are hearing of a new threat by Mexican cartels tonight. What are you monitoring?
Yeah, that's right, Natasha. This is extremely alarming. Mexican authorities are now putting out a new warning of cartels planting explosives on roads, highways, and neighborhoods in Tamaulipas, Mexico. That sits right across the Rio Grande Valley. Every single day, thousands of Texans cross over.
Look at this stuff here. This is what they got to fight against the Delta Force. How can they win? They can't win, man. They can't win, man. They're not gonna win, and then they'll spot this here. This so elementary here, man. You know this stuff here. The cartel, all the money that they have. This is what they got to use against what? The Delta Force of America.
Over to the border to visit Tamaulipas. You're looking at these three images now of three different types of explosive.
Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum has publicly condemned the U.S. operation, calling it a violation of Mexican sovereignty. Yet behind closed doors, some Mexican officials are reportedly quietly supportive. The cartels have long plagued Mexico, and some see this as a rare opportunity to finally break their grip on power. But while Trump's actions might deal a serious blow to the cartels, there's also the looming threat of retaliation. Some experts warn that military intervention will only escalate the violence, triggering a wave of bloodshed unlike anything seen before. The cartels are loyal to no one but themselves, and the aftermath could be catastrophic for both U.S. and Mexican civilians. The reality is undeniable. The cartels pose a massive threat to the U.S. For years, they've grown unchecked, their influence seeping further into American soil. It was only a matter of time before something had to give. Now, that moment has arrived. Mexican drug cartels aren't just at the border anymore. They're in the heart of America. According to the DEA, the Sinaloa and Jalisco New Generation cartels have established a presence in nearly every major U.S. city. Let that sink in for a moment. The most violent criminal organizations in the Western Hemisphere are operating right under our noses, and the numbers...
Man, who knows, man? You know what I'm saying? But, you know, you can never really take everything you hear on this internet for face value, right? But, you know, any fool would know that these people can't fight against no Delta Force. It's just not possible. Not no Mexican drug lords. Not even their military. They can't fight against them. The only way they will have a fighting chance if someone get involved like Russia or China. Other than that, and I don't see that happening because why? Because Mexico sit right there off the border of America. So this is Habakkuk 2:6. Shall not all these take up a parable against him? All these what? These nations take up a parable against him. in a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his. That's Esau Edom, the so-called white man, taking what? Taking resources. By what? By force. This is what he does. This is how he stole America. So-called America. Well, we just say America because it is America. Right? What it's called. You know. This is what he does. By force, he take what? Woe to him that increaseth that which is not his. Right? How long? How long what? Till Yahweh Shai comes. You know? Yahweh Shai is going to come when the Lord sent him. Because even Yahweh Shai don't even know when he's coming to what? To take these devils down. You know, only the Heavenly Father. And to him that laddeth himself with what? With thick clay, meaning debt. What's the national debt now? Everybody in debt, thanks to America. Everybody's in debt, and also America is trying to what? Trying to sanction down in every country that their allies, which is the European Union and NATO, trying to sanction all them. But Trump is sure reaching, but he reaching. But guess what? We love what he doing. Go ahead, Trump. We rooting for you. Do all you can. Start it tonight. Drop what you want to drop on all of them. Right quick, let's go to concerning. I thought a precept. Shall not all these take up a parable against him? Obadiah 1:7. What? Other nations. All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee, the European Union, NATO, was at peace with America. Now they're what? They're back and forth with one another because America is trying to take down their structure of what they call it. I see. Damn, I just did a video on it. Can't think of that. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Concerning bringing Benjamin Netanyahu and Biden, because Biden was in office then when they was trying to bring up arrest warrants for. I'm trying to look for that damn. I can't remember where it's at. It don't matter. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Concerning bringing up an indictment for the president over there, and starting with what? Benjamin Netanyahu. Right? All the men, Obadiah 1:7 again, all the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee, and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him. Why? Because Esau Edom, the so-called white man, these Edomites over here, proud as hell. They're not going to listen to anyone. They're ready to fight the world. They're ready to fight the world. But hey, it's all good. We rooting for you. You know, get it started. Pop it off. DJ Trump. Get it going. Let's hear a little more.
Are horrifying, and it's only gotten worse since then. These aren't small-time operations. These are lethal, highly sophisticated networks, but their influence extends far beyond drugs. The cartels are deeply involved in human trafficking, money laundering, and cybercrime. They've infiltrated government agencies and commercial institutions, using cutting-edge technology to stay ahead of law enforcement.
100,000 Americans each year are dying of overdoses coming across our border.
Are you using your home address for business, but know it's...
With the cartel.
You know, these devils good at acting like they care about the world. They care about your well-being concern. All these devils care about is what is lining their pockets, and they don't give a damn who they take out doing it, whether they are Mexicans or Americans.
Human trafficking, child sex trade. It's really so horrible you can hardly contemplate it. And now we've got a president that is willing to do something about it and back it up with force. And the first thing he did was to designate these cartels as foreign terrorist organizations. It's about time. Thank you, Mr. President, for doing that.
The most terrifying part of this invasion? The body count. Fentanyl, the cartel's weapon of choice, has become the leading cause of death for Americans aged 18 to 45. In 2022 alone, over 109,000 Americans died from overdoses, with synthetic opioids like fentanyl driving the surge.
They love this here. You know, they make up these. They love the drug war. They don't want to bring it over here and put it in here. When the drug war on Americans that they did in the early 90s, hey, all that stuff is strategically planned, right? You know, before then they had what? They had a bunch of what was it? They was hooked on, was it meth? And they had a bunch of you know, before the you know, the so-called black man was in the state prisons. They were not in the federal prisons. So you had a bunch of white criminals, white collar, especially white collar criminals, like a lot of those mobsters in the feds, and the feds were not that large as the state was. But now the federal systems across the U.S. is probably larger than the state now, because they have what is called Unicorp in each of these we say compounds. They got Unicorp. They make what? Make chips. They make computer chips. They make armor fatigue. They make furniture. They make, you name it. And no one on the outside can beat their prices, because they got slave labor. Slave labor, you can't beat them. You can't beat the prices. This is something that's been hidden for since they started these federal prisons with these unicorns in it, and a lot of people are still not aware of it. That's the sole purpose of them putting so-called black men in prison to work. So-called Mexicans, you know, they putting them in what? Put them in there so they can work at them unicorns, so they can make whatever they need, and for low prices. They give you slave wages, 10 cents, 15 cents an hour. You know, who knew? These devils always they always prepare 20 to 25 years ahead of time when they get ready to do whatever they get ready to do. This is Habakkuk 2:7. Shall they not rise up suddenly, that shall bite thee, in a weight that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for what? Booties unto them? Meaning what? Booty, that word booty goes into possession. Unto them, right quick. Let's go to Michael. Two. Michael 2:2. Get straight to it. Right? No, I just start from the top. Woe to them that devise iniquity. Woe to them who? The wicked. When I say the wicked, the wicked of the wicked, meaning the wicked elite, that you all think Elon Musk is the most richest man in the world. No. You just being fooled. He just a figurehead of what it is that you all may think or know that is somebody that they put out there for him to receive those honors, when he's definitely not the richest man in the world. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. This is what they constantly does. And due to what? To all of the nations that surround them, that they can, like Mexico. Good prime example. They go in there at will. They haven't talked to the president of, well, they own one thing about these devils. They got Air Force bases in all these surrounding countries that surround America and outside of America. They have over 800 Air Force bases in these in countries, and probably more. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the warning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand, the wicked elite. While you all sitting there fighting over Democrat and Republican, being tricked, being tossed to and fro with wickedness, thinking that one has more power than the other and one's going to be better than the other, you're just being what? Being made a fool of. Verse 2. You know what? Let's hear a little more before I get there.
That's more lives lost in a single year than the entire Vietnam War. The cartel's tactics are as brutal as they are effective. They use drones to smuggle drugs across the border, employ sophisticated money laundering schemes, and wield extreme violence to maintain control.
It's lucky, man.
Every ship has...
Here we go.
In Mexico, they dissolve bodies in acid, dead rivals, and leave dismembered corpses in public as gruesome warnings. Now, those same tactics are making their way onto U.S. soil, and the problem is only escalating.
You know what he said? Those same tactics. Who's more brutal than Esau eating the so-called white man? Them same tactics, but what? On a larger scale. On a larger scale. Now they leaving 3 or 4 people, or maybe even a family, dead in the streets. But guess what? These devils here, they get ready to drop thousands of people, hundreds, with what? With those bombs. Man, they're gonna bomb them like they never. That's what they're good at. What they're good at doing, taking lives, spilling blood and bones.
In just 7 months of 2023, U.S. Customs and Border Protection seized 17,200 pounds of fentanyl, enough to kill every American 10 times over.
What do you think? Where do you think is that now? It's back on the streets. It's back on the streets. This is why they set so diligently in the manner that they do. They're not worried about the safety of the people. They're not worried. That's a lie that they tell the people to have you think that they really care about what the people getting high. No, they want you to get high. So when you're getting high, you can't what? You can't think.
And that's just what was caught. Experts warn that far more is slipping through undetected.
Our country is being poisoned from within by the drugs and by all of the other crime that's taking place. The drug cartels are waging war in America, and it's now time for America to wage war on the cartels.
Here's the truly terrifying part. The cartels are evolving faster than we can counter them. They're laundering an estimated $25 billion per year through Bitcoin and e-commerce. They're recruiting American teens via social media to act as drug mules. They're even setting up front companies inside the U.S., like the horse ranch in Oklahoma that was secretly used to launder drug money. Their reach extends to places you'd never expect.
Who knows, man? That could be a lie too. But who has the power to fight against these politicians and government? When they say you did something, you're doing something, you're doing it. They'll have your own people looking sideways at you. I can't believe you did this. You understand what I'm saying? Your own people. They're not going to even believe you. When the American government, are you crazy? Something wrong with you. When you tell the truth about the wickedness that are going on in the inner workings of these politicians, they call you crazy and they're going to get you crazy and then they're going to get rid of you. So, they're no different than these cartels. No difference.
No community is safe. They're corrupting local officials, infiltrating legitimate businesses, and turning American neighborhoods into battlegrounds for their turf wars. The violence is escalating, too. Cartel hitmen, trained in military tactics, are carrying out assassinations on U.S. soil. Armed with advanced weapons, including explosive-laden drones, they are targeting law enforcement with a level of brutality America hasn't seen since the days of Prohibition.
Every day, drug traffickers are using the waters of our region to ship their lethal poisons to America, killing so many of our people and ruining families. In addition to restoring strong border security, I will deploy all necessary military assets, including the U.S. Navy, to impose the full naval embargo on the cartels.
The cartels are no longer just a foreign problem. They're here, entrenched, and more powerful than ever. As we stand on the precipice of this new era, one thing is clear. The war against the cartels is no longer confined to the border.
We will defend this line. And in talking to the men and women in uniform, they're proud to be here. They're excited to be here. They're motivated to be here because they're defending their friends, their family, their communities, their church, their schools, their loved ones from an invasion of people whose intentions we don't know. Guys and gals of my generation have spent decades in foreign countries guarding other people's borders. It's about time.
You know, that's the white man's biggest trickery is what? That mouth. You know, lies. You know, Esau Edom is good at telling those lies, man. Micah 2:2. And they covered fields. Who covered fields? Esau taking what? Taking your damn land. Which is what he's doing, taking control of what they're doing, going over there in Mexico, bothering those people, trying to tell them what they can and can't do and sin over here and whatever. You know, and when they know they all been working hand in hand, man. You know, all this shit could be a big old curtain. You know, you never know. You know, these devils is doing what they doing. They're gonna do what they do until what? Until they take all this money. They're probably doing this crap to my Bitcoin and all this. There might be a tactic that they're using to what? To get rid of what? Those FRNs. So once they get rid of FRN, what you think is next? That chip. And they covered fields, Micah 2:2, and they covered fields and take them by violence. With what? With their military forces and houses. Which is what? Family structures, which is your houses. And what? And take them away, so they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage. They're gonna take everything, man. You know, Esau Edom is the only man that took every person's nationality and called themselves who they are. Well, who they not are, but they have, well, let me say that right. Esau Edom, the so-called white man, who is Esau of the scriptures, Esau Edom, right? He is what? He has played every heritage of what? A race of people on the planet. He take, and then he say, we the Mexicans. We are the Indians. Well, I'm just calling the name that they're giving them, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, we know that again, the true names of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel: Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Ephraim, Manasseh, Simeon, Zebulun, Gad, Reuben, Asher, Issachar, and Naphtali. So these names are American blacks and Haitians, Western Puerto Ricans, Cubans, Dominicans, Seminole Indians, Mexicans, Argentina, Chile. You know, these are the names that the American Esau Edom, the so-called white man, has given what? Given the world. You tell me he don't have control of the earth. He renamed the earth, man. The people in the earth. Limo. I'm gonna close this out.
We secure our own border.
The truth is, deploying Delta Force against the cartels might be the only way for the U.S. to finally gain the upper hand. But one thing is certain, doing so marks a new chapter in the war on drugs. And what follows will undoubtedly be unlike anything we've seen before. Former Delta operator Brent Tucker spoke about the U.S. mission against the cartels acknowledging the challenges ahead. Will it be easy? Will there be some losses? Of course, it's a dangerous game. However, he also expressed unwavering confidence in Delta Force's ability to dismantle the cartels.
You're sorely mistaken. We would absolutely wipe the floor with them. Will it be easy? Will there be some losses? Of course, it's a dangerous game.
The operation, however, faces immense challenges. Unlike other drugs, fentanyl production is easy to hide. Many cartel facilities are located in crowded urban centers, making strikes against them potentially catastrophic in terms of civilian casualties. Moreover, the cartels have proven resilient, capable of restructuring and adapting even after high-profile leaders are taken down. Despite these difficulties, sources say that Delta Force has already made its mark. Several high-ranking cartel members have reportedly been captured or killed, and major drug production facilities have been destroyed. While the details of these victories remain classified, it appears that Delta Force has already begun eroding the cartel stronghold.
Those cartels, they make a living beating up on the innocents. They make a living as they're more of a terrorist or
ain't that something? The terrorists call them the terrorists. They make a living beating up on people, right? What do you think America does? How did America get this land? Beating up on people and taking advantage of people and taking. That's what they doing now. You know the devil. That tongue of Esau Edom is real slick, man. Real slick. You know that's his blessing. That's a portion of his blessing. You know, outside of what? Outside of that sword, which is the modern day sword today, is that gun. You know, that mouth, that tongue, them tricks. You know, Esau Edom tell you the same thing every year, and have you believe the same thing every year, like he actually gonna help your situation, and put money in your pocket.
Organization, right? What do terrorist organizations do? They hit people when they're not looking. They put car bombs. They prey on the weak. They are the equivalent.
Does not America prey on the weak? What is Benjamin Netanyahu doing? He's a what? He's Esau as well. Is not he preying on the weak and taking land that don't belong to them? Yeah, this is what they do. What they do, they call you out for the thing that they're doing on an even more larger scale. Madness
of people in man jams and flip flops in Mexico. And if you think they're in the shoot house every day like a tier 1 element, if you think they're on the flat range every day like a tier 1 element, if you think they have the technology and the assets of a tier 1 element has, you're sorely mistaken. We would absolutely wipe the floor with them.
But an even more sinister element of this war is unfolding, not just on the battlefield, but online. The conflict between the cartels and the U.S. has spilled into social media. The cartels are spreading fake information to sow confusion and undermine public.
See that? Fake information. Huh? Does not America have fake information? Hey man, this place here is, hey man, that's the devil. That's the devil. I'm gonna leave it there. I've seen enough of it. Back over here in Habakkuk 7, we'll start back at verse 7 and 7. Shall they what? Not rise up suddenly, that shall bite thee in awake, that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booties, meaning possessions, unto them. Right quick, let's go to right quick, let me see something right quick, y'all. See if I can get this piece of it. No. Verse 8 of Habakkuk 2 and 8. Because thou hast spoiled many nations, and who has spoiled more nations than America? No one. Esau, Edom as a whole, in the four corners, has spoiled many nations. Because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee. All the remnant of thy people shall spoil thee. Yeah, I know where I want to go. Isaiah 33. That's where I want to go. Isaiah 33 at the top. Woe to thee that spoileth, and thou was what? Not spoiled, and dealeth treacherously. Who is that? Esau Edom. He always want to point the finger and give you the indication that what? That everybody is wrong, and he's that great, that savior that going to come in and save you from what? From these wicked people. When he is the wicked of the earth, the true wicked of the earth. He is the wicked. Woe to thee that spoileth, and thou was not spoiled, and dealeth treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee, when thou shalt cease to spoil. Thou shalt be spoiled, and when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee. That's on a grand scale as what? The other nations, all you nations. Right? The other nations would do what? Deal treacherously with thee. Obadiah 1:7. I just read that. All the men of thy confederation have brought thee to even to the borders of the border. The men that were at peace with thee will have what? Deceived thee, and will prevail against thee. So, Esau Edom, the so-called white man, he's going to be in for that hell, and it's coming. Shall spoil thee because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land, of the city, and of all that dwell therein. Right? Now, the Heavenly Father's the scriptures is very clear concerning the what that one thing about? I'm thinking about Romans 15:4. For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for what? For our learning. So the Heavenly Father's judgment just goes around. 2 Ezra 5:42. I will liken my judgment unto a ring. Huh? The Heavenly Father's judgment just come back around. In the same aspect that it would, that it left out. Not depending on whether you would. Well, we all was here before, because reincarnation is a what? It's a true thing. Verse 9. I'm going to read this and I'm going to close this out, man. It's Habakkuk 2:9. Woe to him that covets an evil covetousness to his house. May set his nest on high. And we know Esau Edom fake space program saying that he's what? He's walking on the moon and all that, you know. But they have succeeded in what? With planes and their satellites, but all that on the moon, walking on the moon, that's what? That's dogma. A bunch of lies. Right? Set his nest on high that he may what? May be delivered from the power of evil. You know, they're always going to think that they can escape the grips of the Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. This is their what? This is their future. And their future is what? It's captivity. So, Esau Edom, the so-called white man, Job 9:24, the earth is given to the hands of the wicked. Huh? And you all have what? You all have damn near the world in captivity. But the main focal point is what? Is the Most High people. The 12 tribes of the children of Israel. So that's captivity is your future as well. So we're gonna get the opportunity for 1,000 years to what? To rule over you. Your guns would not be able to save you in the days of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. So on that note, say call halal Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Hashem Rekaha Kudash Shalom.